Let's grab a caveman. Not a movie caveman, a real one. 30,000 years old, never seen a wheel, thinks fire is the coolest technology in existence. And let's drop him, right now, into a random city in 2026. Most people assume he dies in about an hour. They're wrong. He'd probably outlast you. For a while. Here's the thing everyone gets backwards. We picture our caveman as a fragile, grunting simpleton. But this guy is, physically, an absolute unit. He's got a denser skeleton than any modern gym-goer, an immune system forged in a world without antibiotics, and a pain tolerance that would make your dentist weep. The problem was never going to be his body. The problem is everything his body can't see. So let's run the clock, hour by hour, and find out what actually kills a caveman in 2026. Spoiler, it's not what you think. Hour 1. Oog, we're calling him Oog, is standing in a parking lot, and his senses are screaming. But not because he's weak, because he's too sensitive. His hearing evolved to catch a twig snap at 40 meters. Now it's catching 400 car engines, a leaf blower, and a man arguing with a parking meter. It's overwhelming, but it won't kill him. Neither will the germs. Everyone assumes modern diseases would wipe him out instantly. Reality check. Oog's immune system is feral. He might catch a nasty cold from our weird recycled office air, but the idea that he'd instantly drop dead from the flu is mostly a myth. That's what happened to isolated island populations, not a healthy adult hunter. He's tougher than we give him credit for. He's hungry, though. And here's where it gets interesting. Oog sees a supermarket. Now, a caveman in a supermarket should be paradise. Infinite food, no predators, no need to chase anything. Except, Oog doesn't recognize any of it as food. A banana? Sure, maybe. But a shrink-wrapped microwave lasagna? That's not food to Oog. That's a colorful mystery brick. His entire concept of eating involves a thing that was recently alive and is now, ideally, on fire. And even if he figures out the food, he hits the real wall. He grabs an armful of steaks and walks straight for the door. Because in Oog's world, if you find food, it's yours. The concept that these steaks belong to someone who isn't even here, represented by a number on a screen, is completely alien to him. Which brings us to the thing that's actually going to end his run. Oog's body can handle 2026. His brain cannot. And not because he's stupid. He's not. Drop a modern baby in Oog's world and it dies in a day. Oog would run circles around us at actual survival. The problem is that 2026 runs on one invisible thing his species never needed: trust between total strangers. Think about it. You hand a piece of plastic to a person you've never met, and they give you food. You believe the green paper in your pocket has value because everyone agreed it does. You walk into a metal tube with 200 strangers and trust that none of them will hurt you. Every single thing in modern life is built on abstract trust in people you'll never know. Oog's brain evolved for a group of about 150 people max. Everyone he ever met he knew. A stranger wasn't a customer. A stranger was a threat. So when a friendly employee approaches to help, Oog doesn't see help. He sees an ambush. And he reacts the way that kept his ancestors alive for 2 million years, with the club. So, how long does Oog last? Physically, he could survive for years. He's healthier than most of us. But free? Probably not past lunch. Within a day, our caveman isn't killed by a car or a virus or starvation. He's sitting in the back of a police car, having committed about 6 crimes he has no concept of: theft, assault, jaywalking, and terrifying a barista. Utterly bewildered, because in his mind he did nothing wrong. He was just surviving. And that's the real answer to the question. A caveman couldn't survive 2026, not because he's primitive, but because survival isn't the challenge anymore. We solved survival. We replaced it with something Oog's brain was never built for. A giant, invisible web of rules, money, and trust that we all just agreed to believe in. He's not too weak for our world. He's too honest for it. Which raises a genuinely uncomfortable question. If you dropped Oog into our world and he couldn't survive, could you survive in his? No supermarket, no police, no rules. Just you, a forest, and everything trying to eat you. Because that's the video I'm making next. I have a bad feeling about how it ends for us. Draw yourself a weapon, and I'll see you there.